A sigh of relief for the Haitian community.
Everywhere you turn, TPS recipients are giving, contributing.
As a judge temporarily blocks the end of TPS for Haitians, Caplin News goes live. Evidence found.
So there were two frauds if the allegations turned out to be correct.
Now a decision is on the line for a Florida representative. Our DC bureau is live. 1 month since Maduro's capture.
How Maduro had finally been captured. He was in handcuffs.
A Venezuelan perspective on the uncertain future. And South Florida cinema takeover.
Keep making things, keep creating things.
And its effect on the community. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Anna Rodriguez.
It's Good morning. I'm Nicolette Esper. Today is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
A sigh of relief for the Haitian community this morning. More than 300,000 Haitian TPS holders, half of whom live right here in Florida, can continue to work and live in the United States for now.
Yes, and we're live today with Caplin's Anthony Cruz, who's been talking to TPS holders and local leaders the past few days about what potentially ending the program might mean for the community. Good morning. What do you have for us, Anthony?
And it should be mentioned that the Trump administration is expected to appeal this ruling, but yes, this was a moment of relief for a community that did not want to go back to a country that the U.S. itself has issued a do not travel advisory for. And as for the economic impact, local leaders here told me that it would have been irreversible if this community had left.
This is Farah Larry, a Haitian TPS holder who has been in the U.S. for roughly 20 years. A former journalist in Haiti, Larry said that after arriving in this country, she faced issues with getting permanent residency. But after Haitians were granted TPS following a bloody earthquake in 2010, she was able to get her driver's license back, attend college, and build her communications company aimed at promoting the Haitian market. Sending her back now, she said, would be killing her dream.
Everything that I built, not only for myself, but for the community, for United States, for Haiti, and it just, for me, killing me.
Local leaders like Miami-Dade Commissioner Marlene Bastien also told me that losing Haitian TPS holders who pay about $1.3 billion in local and state taxes here in Florida would affect local economies.
Why would we send people who have been doing everything we asked them for? They stay, out of trouble. They work hard. They contribute to our economy. They pay taxes. They build businesses. Everywhere you turn, TPS recipients are giving, contributing, and doing everything we ask them to do.
For Miami Mayor Eileen Higgins, who has been vocal for a TPS extension for both Venezuelans and Haitians, she said a big concern would have been the loss of the 6,000 South Florida Haitian TPS holders who work in healthcare.
Right? Whether that's as nurses, nursing assistants, physician's assistants, home health aides, working in assisted living facilities. That's a lot of people, and they are giving direct care to people that you love and that I love.
And when I was talking to local leaders like Commissioner Bastien or even Fair herself, they told me that they've been through things like this before, not only with TPS, but also with the ending of humanitarian parole. And what they really want is just to get out of this legal limbo and have a solution through Congress for a pathway to citizenship. Reporting for Caplin News, live from Little Haiti, I'm Anthony Cruz.
Thanks, Anthony. Turning now, the House Ethics Committee says it found substantial evidence of fraud involving a South Florida congresswoman.
Our DC correspondent Julian Lascano is live in Washington with more on this story. Good morning, Julian.
Thank you, Nikki and Anna. Democratic Representative Shayla Sherfus McCormick was indicted in November by a grand jury. She's accused of stealing over $5 million in FEMA funds and using that to fund her own personal campaign. The committee report says she improperly directed millions of dollars in earmarked federal funding to a company connected to her family. Instead of returning the funds, she and her brother allegedly conspired to steal them, routing them through multiple accounts to hide their source.
She used the fact that she had money, which now she's accused, of getting it fraudulently to tell voters that the reason she had money was she's an astute businesswoman. So there were two frauds if the allegations turned out to be correct.
Investigators say the evidence warrants further review by the full House Ethics Committee, which could lead to sanctions ranging from fines to censure or even expulsion. Chairperson McCormick had repeatedly denied wrongdoing, calling the investigation politically motivated and saying she followed all House rules in securing funding for her district.
They have a really strong case laid out in their indictment, and it's really hard to find a way to get out of that situation. It's 17 counts of various levels of fraud, wire fraud, etc.
Elijah Manley is running against her in the Democratic primary for Florida's 20th congressional district in this year's midterm elections.
Like many people, not only was I disappointed by the selfish act that I saw from the Congresswoman, but hurt because those are funds that were supposed to go to our community to get us vaccines during a very troubling time.
Now, the Congresswoman initially provided some records, but later pleaded the Fifth Amendment after being subpoenaed for documents and testimony. A subcommittee hearing will be taking place on March 5th. Reporting live from the nation's capital, Julian Lescano, Caplin News.
Following the release of the Epstein files, Bill and Hillary Clinton have agreed to testify before a House committee investigation into the convicted sex offender. The Clintons initially fought appearing before the panel until committee chair James Comer issued subpoenas and threatened to hold the couple in contempt of Congress. The House is still planning to vote on criminal contempt referrals.
Today marks 1 month since the U.S. invaded Venezuela and captured strongman Nicolás Maduro. While people fear what this intervention by the U.S. forces might bring, one Venezuelan explains her reaction to these recent actions and what it means to her. Caplin News reporter Valentina Gaspari has more.
At 10:30 Saturday morning on January 3rd, Carla Cavallo thought she was dreaming.
I think it was disbelief. I couldn't really believe that this had finally been happening.
She was woken up by her brother-in-law, a phone right in her face.
It was a New York Times article talking about how Maduro had finally been captured. He was in handcuffs, first thing I remember.
Born in Caracas and raised in San Antonio, Venezuela, Carla moved to Miami when she was 11 years old. She never thought she would see this day. Her family glued to the TV, waiting for President Trump's press conference and the arrival of Nicolás Maduro in New York.
The happiness was just kind of in the air the entire day.
But before celebrating, there was one person she had to tell. Her mom.
I remember she's been telling me, for years now, every time the New Year starts, this is going to be the year that they finally take him. And I'm always I don't know, and it finally happens.
Carla and her mom share a room in her sister's house, a bond that grew even stronger after leaving Venezuela.
Porque tenía más conciencia de lo que era tener un hijo. La viví más, pero también creo que la sobreprotegí más.
As family messages in her mom's rose-pink phone poured in, there was one person Carla was still waiting to hear from.
Ever since I can remember, my dad is my best friend.
They talk every day, and when violence broke out in Caracas, she was terrified.
I just needed in that moment to have him text me and reach out and tell me, I'm okay.
After hours of silence, the message finally came. Her dad was safe. The last time Carla saw him was in 2025 for her 22nd birthday. Carla says her experience was pure magic.
We were there until 3 in the morning, just telling stories and laughing until I was crying. It was so special.
Now, as she prepares for graduation and her U.S. citizenship test, Carla faces a question she can't escape.
It's right there, it's kind of at fingertips reach. But every time I go to Venezuela, there's this part of me that wonders, what would happen if I just stayed?
During this time of uncertainty and mixed feelings, Carla will keep dreaming of a Venezuela where her family will be all together once again. For Caplin News, I'm Valentina Gaspari.
No matter the cold, people always find a way to be ready for a party. With parade season around the corner, Louisiana buyers rush to the stores despite the low temperatures to stock up on some Mardi Gras supplies.
This weekend they came back strong, and everybody that didn't show up last weekend showed up this weekend. The only impact we've seen a little bit is we do have an online store where we ship out literally all over the country. And the parcel deliveries as far as with FedEx and UPS have been delayed getting to some of our customers who have ordered online.
There might be still 2 weeks to go for the main event, but one thing is certain, Mardi Gras celebrations are in full swing.
Mardi Gras supply.
Works on film and canvas make their debut in South Florida. Caplin's Ethan Centeno took it all in over the weekend in Pembroke Pines.
I'm here at the Frank C. Ortiz Gallery in Pembroke Pines, where two established artists are offering their fresh and unique takes on audiovisual storytelling. Come take a look with me. Opening night here at the Frank, two distinct artists debuted their new work, dealing with the topic of movement in their own unique ways, along with free food. Edison Peñafiel's work used large canvases to show people stuck in time and forces the viewer to move around the pieces to find meaning.
To me, it was a challenge of creating a video piece that is not video. But still, the idea of the moving image, even though these are still images, it requires the viewer to move around to follow or understand a narrative.
Adrián Sosa's work presented different audiovisual films that showed the movement of people in rural working environments as a metaphor for being stuck in a cloud.
It's an opportunity that I could not have imagined, and I'm sure that it will open doors for me to grow as an artist and for people to learn of my work.
It's just such a rewarding experience, just to work on a project from idea, from something ephemeral, and through completion is just incredible.
Reactions to the exhibitions were just as enthralling.
I would say that a lot of people assume that they need to understand art, and I would say that's not really the point of art. You know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
All in all, it's been a fantastic event and a fantastic night for both of these fantastic artists. Reporting from Caplin News, it's Ethan Centeno.
Highlights on the Panthers and Sabres game as they went head-to-head at the Emirates Bank Arena.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
We're really happy because I think we've really hit our mission.
An independent cinema took the spotlight this past weekend at the Key Biscayne Film Festival. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Local filmmakers gathered to celebrate the hidden talents from our community. Independent cinema took the spotlight this past weekend at the Key Biscayne Film Festival, which included several days dedicated to storytelling and film.
Caplin News reporter Brenda Miranda was there and has the details.
Dozens gathered outside the Village Council chambers in Key Biscayne, greeting one another and preparing for the next screenings.
Independent films don't always get the spotlight, but here in Key Biscayne, that's exactly the point. The Key Biscayne Film Festival brings cinematographers and spectators together for a weekend focused on storytelling and culture.
You always have to keep making things, keep creating things, put them out there for people to see, and then one day something might happen. You find your right audience.
For the third year, the festival has brought independent films to the Village, supported by local partners, volunteers, and filmmakers. The celebration continues, featuring documentaries, short films, and panel conversations, turning a familiar civic space into a hub for film and discussion.
1960s, and nobody knows about it. They still don't know about it. But I made a film for WLRN called Deep City. It was the first black-owned record company in Florida.
And we're really happy because I think we've really hit our mission, which is to bring the community films that are uplifting, that move you, and that create conversation. And I think we've accomplished that very well this year.
The city of Key Biscayne set the stage for independent cinema. It's festivals like this one that offer a chance to connect with filmmakers and enthusiasts alike. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Brenda Miranda.
Well, last night, the Florida Panthers left it all on the ice in a tight game against the Buffalo Sabres. The Panthers took an early lead, scoring the first goal of the night on home ice, and Sam Reinhart was one of the stars, scoring 2 goals of the night. However, the Sabres were able to make a comeback in the third period, making the final score Sabres 5, Panthers 3. The Panthers are now on a 4-game losing streak and are looking to secure a win against the Boston Bruins tomorrow at 7.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Anna Rodriguez.
And I'm Nicolette Esper. Get more news anytime at caplinews.fiu.edu.